What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Luke Game. In case you don't know, Tasty Tuesday is a show where we talk about gaming news of the prior week. And in case you don't know who we are, my name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And it's a new year. Happy New Year, guys. It's really exciting. And with that, we got some new PlayStation Plus games coming out for Plus Club, which are Grim Fandango Remastered, which is a game I've never played, but been wanting to play for good things. And Hardware Rivals, which was actually in beta about a month ago, which is essentially Twisted Metal but cartoony. I thought it was kind of fun, but I'll get to play it more, I guess.
Yeah.
But any thoughts on those games?
The only one I've even heard anything about was Grim Fandango, and I haven't really heard anything detailed, which is kind of nice because I'll get to play it then. But I know people who played it on PC really liked it. So
yeah. Make sure to play those games on PlayStation Plus. If you have PlayStation Plus, hopefully you do. Come back at the end of the month. We'll be talking about them. And in case you missed the last Plus Club, check it out. Link up above. And yeah, let's get into the first bit of news. Steam, essentially PC gamers' place to go for gaming, has hit a new concurrent user record of 12.3 million people logged in all at once. The most played games are Dota 2, Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, Fallout 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, and so on. Is this surprising to you, the number? That's like, wow. When it is in the golden age of WoW.
not so surprising. It was surprising when I watched that number double the first time, because I remember like it peaking at like 4 million before, and then all of a sudden I checked and it was like 8, and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And now you're saying 12. I mean, that just
12.3.
Anyone who and I don't think there's a lot of people saying it these days, but like who thinks PC gaming's
Dead? No, it's very much alive and growing.
It's thriving.
Yeah, you said. I remember when the 8 thing happened, and I was like, "Wow, that's a lot." And now we're at 12. It's good to see something growing. It seems like everything's kind of degrading lately in numbers, because there's like, especially in gaming, but like all games, there's so many games now that no one really sticks to like a game. Whatever. I know I'm kind of comparing it to an MMO, but that's the only kind of numbers you get, like that many people.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool to see it growing, but at the same time, it is the standard for PC gaming.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you PC game, who the fuck goes and buys a box anymore? You go on Steam.
You go to Steam,
or maybe Origin, but they're not hitting that number.
It's interesting too, because coming from early days of PC gaming and like buying games from boxes, like you said, and then you have everything on this singular digital distribution. It's really interesting, I guess, to compare the two now, because I remember buying expansions for my games and having to like actually wait for the content, go to the store, pick it up, bring it home, and now it's all in one place and I don't have to go anywhere. So
I'm having flashbacks of the old. For a long time, PC had like boxes, but like the old PC boxes were like a fucking, like you were coming home with a kit or something.
Oh, it was huge. Yeah.
Like I remember, like Descent and shit had a box like this.
Right.
And inside there was a fucking disc and a book and stuff. And I remember like when Square started like bringing out PC games, they had like these weird triangular boxes.
Yeah.
That were like shaped like that, but square at the top, like Tomb Raider for some reason.
Yeah.
Also came out like that too, and Final Fantasy VII.
They probably shared a production company,
which is weird because now they're
the same company.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's weird to think about. Anyway, let's get into the next bit of news.
So Square came out and said that Final Fantasy 15 is actually slated to finally come out this year. They're super proud of the product they've made, and they want to really make sure the fans are as well. This game is actually a lot bigger deal than it seems, because this was originally a different game, part of the Final Fantasy 13 series, which was Versus 13. This game has been in a very long production cycle, so to be
development hell.
Very good for them to actually get this out, and I really hope it's good, because the little bit I've played from the Duske demo, probably butchered that, was really fun.
Duske. Yeah.
So, what do you think?
Yeah, I was actually surprised with it. I remember it's so funny to go back and like, Versus never came out, blah, 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 for the PS3. They kept talking about it. It looked really fucking cool back then.
Yep.
And then the E3 came up where they like were showing off Versus again. But finally it's like Final Fantasy 15. I thought it was a cop-out. I was so annoyed. Because at that time I was like, that's the Square Enix that I hated. Because, they had pretty much just said fuck you to the fans and started making games that people didn't want, blah, blah, blah. But But then after seeing it some more and stuff, I realized it wasn't just like a graphical upgrade. It's a full body upgrade. Like they literally, it feels like they built it from the ground up on Unreal or whatever. It looks fantastic. It plays really well. I like the hybrid of the more traditional RPG or JRPG menu system with the more actiony Western RPG system, which I thought was really interesting. And I know I'm kind of going to like almost a slight review of the demo, but I am really stoked that it's coming out this year. It's weird to hear an actual fucking it's actually coming out because it's been in development for so long. It's like when we heard The Last Guardian is actually coming out. I was like, really?
It really weird. And it seems to be a Japanese company thing lately. They can't seem to like here we pump out a game. It's every 2 years. Boom, 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 boom. It's
that's the difference in the market.
It's
though.
Business, And in there, it's this weird like there's a business part of it, but they also like they're trying to make this product that they want to make, and it just seems to just go in this little circle. I mean, go back to the Kojima Konami thing. Same problem. Kojima Konami. Hey, I need more money for this idea, and then they'd have to talk about every little step of the process. So we've definitely got more streamlined. It's always funny to see these production hells that happen, and it's always overseas. So
well, in the Japanese market in gaming has been struggling, and Japanese companies are more conservative about what they do. They're more precise about what they want to make as projects, whereas, like, of course, people here really are going to be precise about that as well because they don't want to lose money. But at the same time, we, like, repeat a shitload of stuff constantly and just keep re-releasing Call of Duty. Not complaining. I play Call of Duty. I like Call of Duty. But there's, like, this, like, the machine here is well-greased and going just fine. Almost too fine. Especially when I'm hearing like in 2016, PS4 is going to have a shitload of games coming out. I'm like, God damn it, I just went through that with this 2015 year.
Right.
But yeah, with Japan, that it's way more of a process to get a game out. So yeah, it does seem like a lot of games are in production hell over there.
Yeah. One thing I do want to say about Square is they kind of dabbled in the Unreal Engine in the past, but it seems like they're like completely like. Everything's coming out on Unreal now, because even Kingdom Hearts 3 is on the Unreal Engine, and the little bit I've seen of it, all the effects and stuff are gorgeous. So I think that'll help them streamline their game making processes, because I think the 17 remake is on
7 is on Unreal as well, and it's because Unreal is Unreal. It's fucking it's the engine. It's modular. It's malleable. It does whatever the fuck you need it to. I mean, even indie people just use it like it's nothing. Arc is off Unreal, I believe.
Yes.
And it looks fantastic. It plays really well. It's smart of them to be moving over to an engine that will allow them to create content easier and more efficiently. I really respected Kojima making his own engine, and it was a fantastic engine. But we see what happened with that, and not that would happen with Square. But it's just smart of them to just not use their own proprietary engine. Work on the story, work on characters, gameplay elements, worry less about the engine.
Yeah. And I think I guess I'm hoping that this will definitely show in this game, because I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm
those particle effects.
Huge fan of the series. I mean, as much as I know 13 was a weak series, I did find enjoyment in them still. So I really want this to kind of be like a really solid game, because I think that company could really come back if they did it. However, I would not be surprised if they didn't either. So
yeah. So stoked about that coming out this year, and we're rooting for you, Square. Never thought I'd say that again, but hopefully the games you're releasing are going to be fucking awesome. And what I'm going to say is, for a final bit of news, even though it's 3 bits of news, it's all Xbox One news. So the rest of the show, we're going to be talking about Xbox. Weird, I know. Rumor is that this year there might be an Xbox One Lite coming out. It's going to be smaller, cheaper to make, cheaper for the consumer, and overall it sounds cool to me. But it could potentially not use discs, only use the online marketplace.
Right.
And it's essentially being made to compete with the Apple TV. If this is true, because this is speculation, it's rumor, what do you think of that?
This is weird for me, because I think this is another example of Microsoft taking their system and not focusing on the gaming market again. Like they're focusing on the Apple TV as a competitor. If this is true, and it's so just not what I want to hear when they talk about their system. This is like Nintendo talking about the NX to me. What are you doing? Like, focus, please. Like, I hope it's good. I really do. And I think they should be, instead of focusing their attention on their hardware, though, really needs to start making some games.
Absolutely.
Because if you have games, people will buy the hardware.
I would say the price point and the hardware is not the issue. It's people don't have anything to fucking play on it.
Yep.
That's it. I mean, I was in the market for one. I finally just fucking bought one because I was like, fuck it. I need to have one, blah, blah, blah. So I got it. But I mean, like, if there's like a bunch of fucking titles for it, I would have bought it a year ago. Easy.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the price point. It's not the hardware. It's the fucking games. That's all that matters. And you're getting me riled up thinking about this, but I actually think that the light version is smart. But it also makes me feel like you were saying, that they are still very much worried about getting that all-around box in your front room, in the living room, and this is absolutely that because it's gonna be purely digital. It's gonna be for streaming. It's gonna be for all that shit. You'll be able to play games on, of course, because it's an Xbox One, but it better have a big hard drive and one that you can switch out. I have digital games on my Xbox One. The only one I own physically is Halo 5. I probably would have bought that digitally though too, so it doesn't bother me too much about the disc drive because I buy games digitally all the fucking time. It's nothing new anymore.
Right.
But you know, if they can make it at, I mean, I'm wondering how cheap they can go with that. $200, $100 would be amazing, but they're not going to do that.
That's not
it's
gonna
way
happen.
too early. But it's got to be less than 300.
But how much? Because a disc drive isn't that expensive.
Sure, but they still have, there's less lasers involved. The box will be smaller, so there's less parts involved. Each box will be cheaper to make because there's less plastic.
Smaller parts are more expensive, though.
Kind of. Every time a lighter console comes out, it's cheaper to make.
Yeah.
Because it's overall less things that have to go into the box.
Well, I suppose if technology has advanced far enough at the time they're buying it, then yeah.
Well, I'm saying, like, you take the disc part away.
Yeah.
That's like 1/4 of the box.
Yeah.
Because there's a physical circular disc that has to go in there. That thing has to fit that. That's less plastic pieces involved. And per console, it's not a lot, but per production line, that is money saved for them.
Yeah.
So it has to be less than $300 because they're already selling the Xbox One for $300 with a game.
Yeah, I mean, 200 is probably fair.
250, 200.
Yeah.
$50 seems to be the safe thing to assume when price drops happen. It's always $50. If it's more than that, that's like a huge surprise.
Sure.
But like when like the Xbox One was $350 and they dropped the $50 to $300, that wasn't a big surprise for me. It wasn't even that big of a push for me.
What's the Apple TV cost?
I don't know.
Yeah, so
I know nothing about it.
That'd be interesting to compare.
Yeah.
Because if that is in fact what they're doing is competing with that, that'd be information we'd want to also know then. But.
Sure. But yeah, so I think it's cool. It's not for me. But I do think there is room in the market for that. But I think they really need to stop fucking focusing on everybody and focus on the people who want to fucking spend a shitload of money. Because you get the fucking console in their front room, but without the peripherals and without the games being bought constantly, you're missing out on a chunk of money. And they're part of Microsoft. They got to know that. But fucking, I hope so. But if you rely on the general consumer who just wants to stream Netflix, yeah, it's in the front room, but like you need those gamers buying the games constantly.
Who the fuck is buying a $200 to $300 Netflix machine though when you can go buy like a Chromecast
Josh,
or
Hulu?
But that wasn't his intention.
Yeah, I know. I'm just flipping.
I
shit.
mean, like you could literally go get like a little Fire TV stick or a Chromecast and
for like nothing.
That's like $30-$40, I think. So that's.
But it's got that overall appeal to the general consumer because they're like, well, I really want to watch Netflix in the front room. Oh, this plays games? I might play a game every once in a while.
Fire TV does that. And it's $100.
Yeah. Doesn't offer Halo, though, and Halo's a recognizable thing.
Sure. But if we're talking about
like
the
Mickey
casual
Mouse
audience. Sure. Yeah, the Mickey Mouse thing I get, but I don't know. This is a weird
It's
weird
weird.
thing.
It's weird
yeah.
for sure. And with Xbox news still going, the Xbox One Elite controller that's been bundled with the Elite Xbox One, and also you can buy separately, is actually out of stock. They don't have any left to sell right now. They go for $150, and Xbox says they underestimated the appeal of the controller. Is this surprising? They also said that they're trying to push out more. to get them into the hands of the consumer. Of course, they want to sell these $150 a pop. I mean, it makes sense. But what do you think of that?
I actually think this is... I'm with Microsoft in this. I'm surprised. Like, $150 controller?
Well, we actually did an episode where me and Josh talked about it, and you guys were underwhelmed by it. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking guy who would have been buying this thing.
I'm still confused by it. Like, I don't... Like, and I'd have to watch the episode again to see what I thought then. But thinking now,
the haptic D-pad is well received, I guess.
Okay. Well, and I'd have to try it, obviously.
Yeah.
But just hearing about it doesn't scream $150 to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, awesome that they got this successful thing.
Yeah.
Once again, though, it's a focus on hardware.
What games are they playing with it, though? Like, Halo 5?
No, it's cool. I mean, like, I like new tech. I'm glad it's working out well for them. I just want to be able to use my new tech on something. So
yeah, for sure. And more Xbox One news, controller news still. Peripheral company PDP will be showing a supercharger for the Xbox One, for some reason only the Xbox One, that will be able to fully charge a controller in under 60 seconds. They're showing that at, I think, CES 2016. Okay. So we'll see it more. I've seen a picture. Maybe I could throw it up here. But essentially, there's like this almost like T thing on the back of your controller. And you plug that piece that comes out of the back into it. And I guess in under 60 seconds, it's fully charged for 12 hours.
That's insane.
I would say this is bigger than Xbox One news. Like, they need to put that into fucking phones. They need to put that into fucking everything. Because if that's a thing...
That's crazy. I mean, I leave my PS4 controller plugged in all the time. Because they sit close enough. But, like, that and I don't have to worry about charging it. You know? So that's actually kind of neat. Because if I get up to get coffee and I can just...
60 seconds.
Yeah,
can't
charge my phone my controller real quick while I get up to get a cup of coffee and come back and keep gaming. That's awesome.
That is awesome. No, I'm really excited about it, and I really want to see this technology everywhere. I want to see things where you put your phone on something and it's fully charged in 60 seconds. Yeah, I want to see it on the PS4 because I use the shit on my PS4, so it would really help me. The Xbox One, you know, I'm glad somebody's making rechargeable things for the fucking thing because it comes with batteries for some reason.
For a company that focuses on hardware.
God. But no, this is awesome. I'm fucking really excited about it. I want to see more on it. That's a feat. There's no one out there who even has like a 5-minute charger.
No, that's ridiculous, especially for a 12-hour charge. I mean, like
full charge, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's ugly.
I definitely want to see it. I'll be keeping my eyes open for that one. So,
definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's going to do it for this episode of Tasty Tuesday. Kind of brief, but
yeah, lots of Xbox.
A lot of Xbox news, which is awesome. We don't really get to talk about Xbox too often. But let us know in the comments below what you guys thought of any of the topics we covered. Are you interested in buying a Xbox One Lite? Are you fucking as stoked as we are about the PDP supercharger? Let us know in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you as always for watching. Tasty Loot Gaming. Make sure to check us out on Tumblr and Twitter, Tasty Loot Gaming, Twitch, Sleep Division, one word. Make sure to play those Plus Club games and come back at the end of the month. We'll be talking about them after we've played them. Hopefully you guys play them as well. As always, my name's Seth.
And I'm Chevy.
And until the next episode, we'll see you later.